Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm not high. I just enjoyed a delicious meal.
I'm high and I just had McDonald's.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the new episode of Summer House. I'm Jen.
I'm Neal.
I'm Canadian.
I'm not.
We're millennials.
Yeah.
And we talk about reality television.
Yeah. Summer House. Lots of drama. Still.
Scandival 2.0. Still. Reddit mega thread number 12.
Yes.
West.
Amanda.
Kyle. Sierra. Rumors that the reunion was going to be
Carl's
one-on-one.
still a mess.
Refuted by Andy Cohen. God bless. Lindsay saying it would be a disservice if that was
Is she even going to be on?
Oh, I'm sure she will. Yes.
Stirring up
Even
the
as a
pot.
friend of, I bet she'll be in the seats like most of the time. Okay. I have a lot of thoughts. I have notes. I don't know where to begin. I've seen all the pictures. I've seen all the posts. We are going to post on Instagram, but I'm going to read it. Kyle's tweet, and we'll start there. Actually, I think it was a thread, which I don't even know how threads work. I don't have the app. Kyle says, I've watched some hard to live relive. Guys, I'm sorry. Sometimes the gummies. Okay. I promise I'm smart. I've watched some hard to relive moments over the last 10 years. I've also seen things unfold as a viewer that I wasn't privy to as a cast member. Last night's episode, WTF, brain explode emoji.
Yes.
So the man wants us on his side. This is the best thing that could have happened to him. We have established that.
Yes.
Is he saying he thinks West and Amanda were hooking up last summer? Is that as close as we will get to Kyle saying, you know what, now I kind of believe it. Maybe they were. Do you think he would come out and say it?
No.
So is this as close as he's going to get?
I think this is as close as he's going to get.
So gosh dang, what an episode.
I'm sure Andy's probably going to ask.
Right. And he's going to say he doesn't know, nothing happened in front of him, like he doesn't have any proof type of thing.
Right.
Because like if he did, I'm sure he'd already tell us that.
Even if they weren't, which I don't know if I feel like they are. I don't think they are.
I don't think they are either. Oh, I thought you thought they were.
No, I think she was just insanely jealous this episode.
Amanda needs the attention of the guys no matter what.
Yes.
Whether it's her husband or whether it's a friend's ex, unfortunately. And now that has really, really crossed the line. If you've listened to our previous podcasts, episodes, whatever they're called, sessions, therapy sessions, you'll know that I'm pretty supportive of Amanda. I don't think her life should be ruined. I'm not in the comments of Jimmy John's new commercial being like, read the room, Jim. Because apparently she's one of the new spokespeople. I'm a millennial. I say things like spokespeople instead of like influencer sponsorship. Guys, I'm obsessed with watching Coachella videos, though, that being said. Do I think I could survive in the desert? There's only I've looked up, I think I could stay in the safari tents. And there would have to be a really incredible lineup for me to pay that kind of money. But it's like air-conditioned tents, and they golf cart you to the stages. I know I could not walk and feels like 109 degrees.
How would you do during the actual concerts when there's a ton of people around and to be even warmer? You wouldn't be able to.
You think I'd like...
I think you wouldn't be able to. Not a whole day. No, you'd have to do small.
Well, you can go back anytime.
Right.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Stand for an hour. What? You don't think I could stand for an hour and watch my favorite band and then golf cart back and take a shower and then do it all again like 4 times?
4 times might be pushing it. I'm thinking 3.
Okay. Deal. Let's go this weekend.
I don't think is there a Coachella this weekend?
There's always 2 weekends.
Is it?
Wait, was this already the second weekend?
I don't know.
No, this was the first weekend. Anyway, Summer House. If you haven't seen the episode, you've seen enough about the episode to know what we're talking about. I don't think there was already something between West and Amanda because during the party, this is the crux of most of the episode, during the party, a random girl comes by. They're having a backyard party, as they do like every second episode, which is so weird because we're rewatching right now, which is important. That will come in later. And we're rewatching the COVID season where they just all had to quarantine together in this like mega mansion that production rented for 6 weeks. It feels so different. I feel like I'm having trouble transporting myself back here to 2025 summer, which feels weird. Anyway, what was my point?
I don't know.
Oh, blonde girl comes by, sits on West. They start making out. Sierra is literally in the next seat. Like, this girl's shoulders could be like shoulder to shoulder with Sierra.
Yes. That, I think, is what crossed the line for me. But I also, I'm 50-50. I understand what Kyle was saying and agree with him a little bit, but I also think West went over the line.
And I am watching this episode. I'm going to get emotional about it, which is crazy. I'm so parasocial and invested in this. Watching Amanda, even if it was out of... Oh, man, okay.
Amanda's not a girl's girl anymore.
But I need to preface this by saying, if they were not hooking up at the moment of what we just watched on this episode of Summer House, if they were already hooking up, then everything I say is off the table.
Right.
They're both in the wrong. Gross.
Say it.
Amanda could have had a crush on West. If that's the case, like, I'm kind of already over Kyle. West is being really nice and supportive of me. I'm kind of into him. You can do that quietly, and I think that's where a lot of her jealousy comes from.
Right.
Do I think that's why she sat on the cabana with them? Yes. That wasn't to be Team Sierra. However, when they sat around outside when the party was over and Amanda went so hard for Sierra, to me, that was for Sierra. And I get emotional looking at Amanda being a good friend and then Kyle trying to do the same for West, even though Kyle is wrong, got me emotional. And that's why I think it wasn't already happening. Because I think Amanda went so hard that she wouldn't have done that if they were already banging. And Kyle went so hard defending West that I think, like, he and Amanda were still, like, that's the kind of thing he would do to her as a wife because he's frustrated with her.
Right.
So, like, I don't think they were fully broken up. Though I guess maybe people don't think that now either. Obviously, Kyle is saying in the summer they were still together.
I mean,
the rumors going into the season was that they were, like, putting it on for the cameras.
Amanda went and laid with West and random girl.
Who was still with him. Ben. Oh, Ben, we have to talk about Ben. Ben had the best lines of the episode. This is going to be the name of our episode. What did he say? Effing rookie.
Yeah.
Fucking rookie. That was when they were making out.
Yes.
And Ben was sitting next to Sierra, who was back onto this makeout, basically touching it. And he's like, fucking rookie. And I was like, you know what? Ben is kind of a diggity dog. But it's so interesting to see, I'm going to make a whole country mad at me, so interesting to see that him as like an Australian dog kind of man is still way better of a person than most of these American men. Like, when the American men dog out, they have no standards.
Right.
Ben's like, damn, even I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bang me mate's missus. Which will go down in history. Mia. Another rock star. I think they could salvage the season with a lot of the newbies.
KJ, Dara, Mia,
Bailey.
I think this is probably regardless.
Carl come back to visit once or twice a season, like Uncle Carl's coming to visit.
Yeah.
I think Lindsay could do that too. I think Kyle could do that too. Or even, now that he's earned so much favor, come back as like a regular or a semi-regular. Though he's like, if he's really making it as a DJ, like summer is when it's busy.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if he could do it full time anymore. Amanda's not going to be back. There's no way it's going to be Amanda and West focused, right?
Especially if they do that spin-off.
Yeah, we seem to be getting so far away from that being a possibility. So, like I said, I think Lindsay could come in and be the mom of the house anytime. She actually does do a lot around the house. Lindsay gets way too much hate.
I want to give my diagnosis of the episode.
I would love to hear it.
So, as I mentioned previously, I'm in the camp where, yes, I think West making out an inch away from Sierra and having the girl on his lap was totally wrong. But I agreed with a lot of what Kai...
Careful with this butt.
But I have caveats, my favorite word.
You better.
Like, you've been in probation for a year and a half at this point. Which I get Wes, like, you know, I haven't gotten to my caveats yet.
That's why no noise has come out of my mouth. I'm just making faces.
I get the frustration on his part and Kyle's frustration. But I think that, and this is the caveat, which I'm glad we see in the preview, I think that West isn't being proactive enough and having a one-on-one conversation with Sierra and checking up on her and seeing how she's doing. He's just sort of like, I'm not going to do anything to try and upset her, and I'm just going to stay away from her, when he should be like...
Because he doesn't give a shit. He's not a good person.
No, he's not a good person.
This is what Sierra said. She said it so well to us when she was talking to the viewers, was that the crux of it, and which I said earlier in the episode, which she said in the episode, so obviously that word was stuck in my mind, but it is the right word, is that she wants to be seen. And so you just made out an inch away from me. So you're saying you don't physically see me. So, like, how can you say that you understand me or you care about my feelings or perspective when you, like, literally can't even do it with your real life eyeballs?
Right.
You're not going to do it with your heart or your brain or your emotions. No. Ew. I'm not... I'm not mad that Kyle immediately went to defend him. I am mad that Kyle did it in the way he usually does it, which is to immediately get, like, defensive and, like, insulted that you have a different opinion.
Right.
So, like, he got Amanda to storm off. Fair enough.
After she warned him 10 times to not do this.
Do you want to fight with me? Because I'll fight with you. I don't understand how they go from that to apparently they were still trying again as recently as 2026. Like as recently as, whether there is or is not overlap with Amanda.
Well, they have a talk one-on-one next episode.
And like cry together about missing being each other's friends. But like, Sierra, you're so much better than that. Right. Her point was, I would just never do that to him. And Sierra at least deserves someone who treats her as well as she treats others.
Right.
Realistically, she deserves someone who treats her way better than she treats them. Because she's hot and she's wonderful and she's nice and she's successful and she deserves the world. If you weren't Team Sierra before this episode, between being just blatantly wronged in front of a party of people and national television, she was so well-spoken and so raw and honest about it.
Yes.
That how can you not love her? So again, that was always the defense I used for Amanda, is that Sierra's going to be fine. She is hurt right now, but she's going to move on to bigger and better. Michael B. Jordan is going to be in those DMs. Like, she's going to be fine. But holy crap. Amanda was so desperate for West's attention, I was uncomfortable.
Yes.
But she was also clearly very drunk, and I think our rewatch has helped me a little bit because I'm like, oh no, Amanda would be obnoxious like that.
Well, West sat on her.
Which Sierra said, if West sits on you, he's got a crush on you.
Which he did when they were party planning. Then before the party, he was all handsy with her.
Mm-hmm. Now they're really just zooming in on any time he even touches her shoulder and stuff.
Did they re-edit? I don't know. Add a couple scenes.
I feel like yes.
Well, then yes. Then she laid down with West and the girl. Then she berated him.
But then Sabrina comes over and does it too. But Sabrina's more successful. Amanda just comes over and makes it about her.
Yes.
Sabrina is a true girl's girl, which Amanda calls her that. So it's wild watching Amanda call someone a girl's girl, given the situation currently unfolding. Sabrina comes over and is like, West, Ben has something he wants to talk to you about. And so, as the girl who's been hooking up with West, making out all over this party, you probably think that they just need to, film something or something.
Right.
I would be like, oh, yeah, that's not weird. And he's like, oh, do you promise you'll take care of her? And, of course, she's Sabrina. So she's like, yep, I think you could keep Ben and Sabrina, too. They're a little boring because I think they're just in love. Yeah. But Dara and KJ, I think, are actually in love, too. We have room for a couple happy couples.
Yeah.
We want happy couples.
But do you think it succeeds without the stalwarts?
We've never done it without them.
Vanderpump almost failed, the original, when they tried shoehorning in all these newbies to eventually pass the torch to.
And they got rid of all of them.
Yes.
Because it didn't work. This, I think they're lucky that they have a good cast. Or maybe their casting people are, on the ball. Whoever, you might have saved it. Maybe. Okay, but speaking of new members, I want to talk about Mia.
Yes, Mia.
She was on Watch What Happens Live.
WWHL.
Andy asked her if Amanda had reached out. She said she has reached out. I have not answered. I don't know what to say to her. And she gave the same answer for West, that West has reached out, but she doesn't know what to say yet. She made it very clear she is Team Sierra. Andy asked her who she puts the blame on more, Mia. And she said Amanda. Because she said, you know what, guys, whatever. They're going to do whatever, but girls know better. You knew better. Is that fair?
I mean,
calling out girl code.
I don't know what the situation. Nobody knows.
We're not privy enough yet.
Do we know if Amanda reached out to Sierra before anything happened and was like?
Oh, I'm sure she didn't. We know Sierra is just finding out in real time. We know Amanda didn't ask for any sort of permission before it happened. Or do you mean before it was revealed?
Before it was revealed.
I know. I think Sierra was finding out with us because there were pictures, weren't there, of when it went public.
We don't have...
She was getting DMs. We don't have the full story yet.
We don't have the story. We don't have the full timeline. Hopefully all will be revealed at the reunion.
But like you said, because we are still in the midst of the season, by the time we get to the reunion, everyone will have given an interview.
Right.
Amanda hasn't. She made her first acknowledging statement, then said, hey guys, for my mental health, I'm going to start living my life, which fair enough. But that basically just meant West and I are going to go on public dates successively for the next 3 days. Bit much. Can't you just stay at home a little bit more? I think too soon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, to make that statement and talk about mental health, which I know is why Kyle wants to protect her, is because she's in a dark place. But, is she? Or is that a really good way of not taking accountability for really doing a really awful thing to your friend? And I know some people feel like it's not a really awful thing. You were getting a divorce. They were broken up. I need more answers about the timeline.
Yeah, well, I don't think it rises to the level of Scandival because
No.
they were separated.
Like, Amanda is not Tom Sandoval.
Right. There was no, as far as we know, cheating going on.
West might be. Once we find out just how many girls and when. He might be as bad as Tom Sandoval.
He is a worm with the mustache.
Yes, but Amanda's not. Leave Amanda alone. And yet I was coming on here to be like, now I've never been less on Amanda's side because I'm so disappointed in her. Because the way she defended Sierra this episode, if it was because she was secretly banging West and that was just the way she got to be mad at him about it, that's disgusting and I hate her. If she was doing it out of jealousy for herself because she just had a crush on him, but she was disguising it, that's fine. We all have secret feelings. Guilty as sin. Only actions talk. You can't be guilty of your thoughts. What is the lyric? I don't want Taylor to sue me. And I love Taylor, by the way. We just make fun of her litigiousness sometimes. You Americans are so litigious. Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. We love Kickball Dad. I will, mutiny? What's the word? I will mutiny the television. That's not the word.
You'll commandeer.
Commandeer is the word.
That's the right pirate word.
Oh my God, what would I do without you? That's the pirate word. The television with TikTok videos.
Look it up. He's probably going to do something for the NFL draft next week.
Oh, he orders the kit. I should have ordered you the kit. Do you think it's too late?
That's fantasy. That's not the actual draft.
People must bet on the draft. But I mean, you don't make a draft.
Right. You can bet
But you make bets.
You'd have to bet $1 million to make a profit on who's going first at this point, and it would only be like a $5 profit. They used to announce the picks ahead of time, the first pick.
Really?
Because you'd agree to a contract with them ahead of the draft. So then they can start working out and stuff for you. But the NFL is like, we're not going to do that anymore.
Why should they get an advantage like that just because you're first pick?
They want the suspense.
Summer House.
Can
we talk about by the end of the conversation, though, Kyle was like, eesh. If it was like same seat, bro, then I kind of get where they're coming from. Okay, well, Kyle, maybe you'd still be married right now if you went into your wife and said, oh, he told us the whole story and that's pretty doggy.
Yeah.
So Kyle made a lot of mistakes, too, and I think we've forgotten that, and I think he's been off the hook for it. He's treated her like shit. What's your favorite quote?
The summer's supposed to be fun. Amanda, not fun.
And that was pre-marriage.
Yes.
So, should they have ever even gotten married? Like, during the COVID season, they seem more connected and happy and in love than ever.
Yes.
What happened? Loverboy started to fail. Real life happened. COVID was kind of like a happiness bubble that they were making work. Andy was really hard on Kyle for being like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, being home all day with Amanda. But what he meant was they work together, they sleep together, they live together. He's like, most couples who are quarantined love it because they go off and do their separate work during the day, but like can do it separate but together. I wouldn't want to literally work with you.
So I
think have to have conference calls with you all day.
They're good this season because he can't go out at night and stay out till 4 a.m. and end up at some random person's house.
Duh, such a good point.
It's like even if you go to bed and he's still up, he's still at the house,
right,
with the same people.
And he has been falling asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I also think there's probably a lot less powder in the house
Yeah.
than there is a typical Hampton summer because that's the only reason Kyle can do what he's doing.
Yes.
Allegedly, probably.
Right.
It makes Kyle into a raging asshole, but it just... Did I say Kyle again? It makes Carl into a raging asshole. It makes Kyle able to stay up till 5, but then when he crashes, fall asleep at a fan's house.
Or like anywhere. Like he will fall asleep anywhere.
Honestly, anywhere. Luna, our oldest cat, is sitting on a bench like, oh, she's so mad. Can you hear her scratching? What's wrong?
This is Luna. Oh, you don't have to turn her. Okay.
This is Luna's Bort. Okay, if we're going to talk about season 5 for a minute, I love watching clips of Paige and Hannah. I don't watch the podcast, but I will watch clips all day. I don't know if I can now because of season 5 Hannah.
She's a nightmare.
And I know she has said that she had really bad anxiety and it was a really bad idea for her to go into like quarantine in a share house on reality television if your anxiety is like high and not managed.
Right.
But I think you can only mental health so far if you're still never going to take accountability for, and that's coming from someone with a lot of mental health issues. She still thinks she did nothing wrong.
Right.
Kyle was like, hey, could you take out the garbage more? And she's like, stop yelling at me. You might talk to Amanda like that, but you're not going to talk to me like that. And
That set Amanda off.
well, because you're basically saying he bulldozes over her and she takes it. She's a doormat. But I'm not a doormat, so you're not going to do that to me.
Yeah, I don't think Hannah's apologized yet this season.
And it's made me like Amanda more because everything Hannah has said mean to Kyle hurts Amanda, and that's so unfair. And then they sit down and have a conversation, and Hannah's like, you're a toxic friendship, you always have been, and I don't want to be your friend. And the next day, Amanda apologizes, and it's all fine. That's crazy to me. The things these people can get into and then apologize and act like it never happened is wild.
Right.
Which I guess is kind of the nature of the show because you know you're still going to be coworkers. Like, people that have gotten into huge fights, like, haven't come back. You know, like, Jordan became not friends with everybody. He's not going to come back. Who else?
Jules? I mean, they ostracized her and she didn't come back.
She just really didn't fit in. What's an example of something recently? Oh, there's been a couple of friend ofs on Housewives who was like, you know, they can't come back because now they're not friends with anybody.
Angel.
Yeah, good one. And then some main cast members who it's been like, oh, Katie, Orange County, no one would film with Katie, so they had no choice basically but to fire her. You don't run into that in this, except that Hannah says that's what Kyle did, was get her fired.
Which, like, good. She brings, like, nothing to the show. And
so, like, talk about mental health, and then I guess they gave her the out to say that she left the show.
Right.
But it's like, if you were fired, that means you would have come back. So you can be like, I realized my anxiety was high, and I was taking it out on others, and it's a bad environment for me, and I shouldn't go back there, but also I wasn't asked back there, so we don't actually know whether or not you would have.
Like, we only have a few episodes because it's a shorter season, and she's going to blow up at Amanda before Amanda even says anything. Like, she says 3 words, and then Hannah just takes what she says and goes crazy. Like,
and Amanda goes to bat for her. And I think that's why Kyle and Amanda get along so much this season, too, because Kyle is really defending her. Now, that rubs a lot of the girls the wrong way. That rubs Sierra, because this is Sierra's first season. If you haven't done a rewatch, go back and do a rewatch with us. But we're already on season 5, so it was our idea. Because y'all, I know y'all out there are doing a rewatch, but you're only on, like, season 2. We've been doing it longer.
yes.
But we're not as good at binging because I'm employed.
We done?
Sierra didn't think Kyle should get involved with the ladies' mess, period. So, like, Sierra has kind of always clocked Kyle. But now they're going to have to, like, depend on each other. But also, so is Amanda jealous of Sierra, too? Because Kyle has this, like, emotional connection to her. Like, when she cries, he cries.
Maybe.
Because, like, she didn't strike me. She does strike me as an attention seeker, but she didn't strike me as jealous in that way.
Carl's mess.
Carl's a mess.
Big Daddy Carl.
I hope he stays sober. We're at the point now...
I mean,
in season 5 where he's just started drinking again. It's the year that his brother passes away.
The sad thing is, like, he owns Soft Bar, like a sober bar / cafe / event space. It's apparently wildly successful. Good for him. I saw a report. I think it was posted on the subreddit. Like, this is crazy. How does this always happen? But like another owner of a bunch of like sober bars
is suing him.
No, was just arrested for a DUI where he was like 4 times over the legal limit.
Because in a lot of cases, it probably is people in recovery who are opening them. But then what if you fall off the wagon? It's just so like the fight between Luke and Kyle and Carl, where Carl is like already in bed and he hears them fighting and he goes up in his underwear, like ready to fight Luke.
Because he was defending Kyle.
But also because he was very, very drunk.
Yes.
He would not have handled it. This Carl, 2026 Carl, would not handle it that way.
No, he'd just leave.
Wait for him to admit... that is his other option, is to just absolutely relocate if someone is fighting. Oh, gotta take the trash out. Which is funny because that's what they fought about. But Hannah's like, you're gonna uninvite me to your wedding because of trash? Like, if you think that was she obviously didn't hear any of the things that came out of her own mouth. She brought up like the cheating. And, right? Like, she went low and kept going low. I wish I could remember more of the things she said. It was below the belt. Paige was secretly Team Amanda.
Right.
But she's like, don't tell Hannah. Hannah's options to Paige were basically like, are you Switzerland? You know, like, it's like, are you on my side? Or it's okay if you're neutral. But not even the option of it's okay if you're on Amanda's side. So to Hannah, she's like, oh, you can see both points of view or you can see just mine. But you can't be against me. And then Paige is such a good friend that she wasn't. And I think maybe Paige needed to be the one to step up there and say something. But I know that their bond is unbreakable, so whatever.
Paige has called Hannah out like every time she's mad. Like, you say mean stuff too.
She does. She's not like afraid to say those things to her. But I think she is just a ride or die. She is loyal.
Right.
She's the friend who's like, actually, Carl just started his own podcast and has had guests on. And one of the guests said it's like a coward, something. Like, you're wrong, but I support you. You're wrong, but I'm going to tell you you're right. Like, when you do that for your friends, like, that's not good.
Right.
I think was the point. I don't know. I saw a quote.
People really like Carl's podcast.
Do they?
They do, yeah.
Yay!
Especially the Sierra episode.
Good, and I'm so glad she did it. He really loves her. He told her he had a little crush on her.
Yeah.
What a cutie.
Carl's a mess.
Anything else to report from Reddit? Any other rumblings?
I haven't really seen anything until...
Don't you eat that fur! Sorry, guys. Okay.
She wants to get back on the couch with me.
Do you think she won't get in her spot because you're not in your spot?
Yeah.
That's something else, because she's my cat and she only loves me, so this is hurting my feelings.
Look. See?
No way.
Well, let's wrap it up and see.
Guys, we will report back if Luna gets up on the couch next to Neal. That has been where she's been today, but the spot is empty. It's not like we need to move something. So if she's just waiting for him to move over to his spot so she can get next to him, I will never recover.
Well, now she's leaving.
Well, I need you to get me water anyway, like a true boyfriend. So she's going to have to be patient.
Okay.
Guys, go rewatch Summer House so we can talk about how awful Hannah is. I'm sorry because I'm like Paige's #1 fan. I like Lindsay this season, even though her and Steven are so clearly not meant to be. Team Sierra more than ever. Please still leave Amanda alone. And please, we want all the details at the reunion. A clear timeline. Perhaps a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
To tie it into season 5. Okay, guys. Subscribe, like, share. We love you. Bye.